race for U.S. Senate is incredibly close, with ads firing back and forth on both sides. Political reporter Will Keneally has this reality check looking at an attack against Ron Johnson for a tax plan he supported.
Ron Johnson works for himself, never us.
This is the claim of an ad bought by the Senate Majority PAC, a group working to elect a Democratic Senate.
Ron Johnson pushed tax loopholes benefiting himself and his donors.
This is likely in reference to a change Johnson pushed for in a 2017 tax bill. This was back during the Trump administration, and Johnson was one of a handful of Republican holdouts to pass the GOP-authored bill. What got Johnson on board was a change to the tax structure for what are called pass-through businesses. In businesses structured that way, taxes pass through the business and end up being paid by the business owners rather than the business itself. It's how more than 90% of businesses in the country are structured. So under Johnson's plan, the amount of business income that is deductible increased. So instead of deducting 17%, business owners can now deduct 20% of that income.
Did my business benefit? Sure. Did some of my donor businesses? Sure.
The ad says Johnson voted for the bill so he would personally benefit, and so that his donors would also benefit. It's true that GOP megadonors Richard and Liz-Uihlein and Dianne-Hendricks benefited from the tax break. ProPublica estimated it would save them more than $500 million over 8 years. Between the two families, they backed Johnson's 2016 re-election to the tune of $20 million. Johnson said, though, the purpose of the tax break was to support businesses. Again, more than 90% of business owners would stand to benefit. The ad makes a few other claims, including
he voted to raise the retirement age and allow cuts to Social Security.
This is true in part, but could use some clarification. Johnson floated a plan earlier this year to move Social Security into the part of the budget that gets reauthorized each year. This doesn't mean that he wants to see any cuts, but rather move it into a part of the budget where changes could be made. And it is true, in at least one instance, Johnson voted for a plan by Rand Paul of Kentucky that would raise the eligibility age for Social Security up to 70 years over a 20-year time period. That vote took place in March of 2013. I'm Will Keneally with this reality check.
You can find our full reality check series online at channel3000.com.